Right, so today I have met up with someone that has been off the radar for a little bit. I'm down the lake with James Clarke. Where have you been? What's been going on?
I've just been hiding, Luke. No, I've been very, very busy. As you know, I've worked within the industry for some years, and I got approached the latter part of last year by a very good friend of mine who's worked again well within the industry. Probably one of the top CAD designers around, in my opinion. Very intelligent guy who always wants to remain anonymous. So I'm the front end of it, I suppose, the brand manager for what is called 𝗲𝗷𝗍𝗃. And that's our new brand. So everyone has been wanting to know where I've been. It's 𝗲𝗷𝗍𝗃. Reason we call it 𝗲𝗷𝗍𝗃 is it's evolved from a group of people that all work within the industry. Everyone that's involved is within the industry. And I think what we've seen a lot recently, probably in the last few years within the industry, and it's very good, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of brands doing the same stuff in different packaging, but when I saw what Evolve does, it got me straight away. You've had a little sneak peek this morning. I was going to say,
from what I've seen today, I think it's quite an apt name for the company.
Yeah.
And there are some very exciting products.
Yes.
Which obviously you're going to be talking us through
well, we're
going to a series of videos.
Yeah, we've got a series of videos coming because we can't cram them all into one.
Yeah.
We've designed a lot of systems. There's a very eco side to the brand as well. I think it's very, very important as well. As you'll see in other videos, we have created weights. We can't call them leads anymore, but we'll show you that in another video. A big milestone in the industry. I think, again, they're not going to be for everybody, but from the eco side of it as well, for us was a big step. But the systems themselves, everything we've designed is designed with a lot of variation and tolerances in it, so it's not just an out-the-pack stuff. You can set it into different tolerances as you've seen, and it definitely helps with your angling. And I'm going to show you today the 𝗲𝗔𝗃𝗃 run ring system and the weight clips that we've done, and then again in other videos we'll show you more. But probably my favourite, and they're all great systems, don't get me wrong, but is the 𝗲𝗃𝗃 run ring system that you saw this morning.
Go on, let's get into it then.
Straight into it here. So there's 75 range of products within the new range, okay? Some of them are multiples of, so, we've got a decent enough range to start a brand. That's how it happened, really. My friend who started this started to come up with some ideas, then they started progressing and evolved into a tackle company. That's one of our non-toxic weights, by the way, but we'll talk about those in another video. So that's the 𝗲𝗃𝗃 run ring system, a system I've been using. Again, with the brand, we've done systems that will lose the weight or the lead and ones that won't. We're trying to say to people that I think everyone's been educated into dropping the weights sometimes for no reason. We know that you have to sometimes, but
you don't always have to.
We don't always have to. And it's surprising, firstly, the amount of money that leads, things like that are costing nowadays, So, we design systems where you don't have to and you do. But my favourite here, this is one that will not release the weight, is the 𝗲𝗃𝗃 run ring system. Now, it's a similar thing we used to do many years ago where you would sort of make a system like this with a lead clip by crushing down the swivel. So it would almost effectively have like a semi-fixed, then turns into a run system. The lead clip then just running up the line. Whereas the system that we've designed here, which is the 𝗲𝗃𝗃 run ring system, is basically we'll go into the more details of it in a minute, but the fish basically comes along, picks up the hook bait, shakes his head as they do, then that comes off and turns into a complete running system.
So then there's no resistance.
No resistance. The takes are savage on this, they really are. So you tend to get a few bleeps, so you can see the fish is hooked, and then there's no resistance, they just run. So they turn from 2 or 3 bleeps into a one toner. And again, fish safety in mind as well. So as you can see, that you've got a large bore on the system itself there. So if that fish was to become tethered, snagged,
that's easily coming off.
That's easily coming off. And again, that's a big ethos behind the brand as well as the environment, things like that.
Fish safety.
It is fish safety. It's a big thing about fish safety as well. But so basically the way this sets up, when I was mentioning to you, you've got different settings you can put on this as well. So firstly, as you can see here, a little bit of lubrication, that bead slots into its recess, and you've got a lovely smooth finish on there as well. It's so well engineered.
That's really neat, isn't it?
The person who designs this is very thorough. And again, this has been like 2 years in development as well. Now you've got a plus or a minus setting on this. Minus is really is the release rate. You've got another money spider there. You're going to have fish tonight. So yeah, you got plus and minus. We sort of class it as the rule of three. Plus setting is for 3 ounces and above for the release rate of the swivel, and minus is for 3 ounces and below for the release of the swivel.
The plus and minus are different resistance settings of the swivel coming out of
internally put into that system. Yeah. Okay. But that's not to say you can't put a smaller weight on plus or a heavier weight on minus.
Yeah, so this is you get change it depending on your situation.
You get a large variation of how you can set this up. But so like for instance, I've got that on the I've been using it on the minus setting where I've been fishing because I haven't really had many nuisance fish there or anything like that. So you know, again, it's quite handy if you've got nuisance fish, they can pick it up and sort of bugger up the system. So you can set it on minus or plus. I think you've got a couple of bleeps there, Luke. I don't know. So yeah, you've got so you've got a plus and a minus release swivel tolerance on there as well. So you can, for the swivel to release harder, as you can see when I'm putting it in there, it's a little bit harder to set.
Okay.
That means if nuisance birds or fish pick it up, it's not going to pull it out of the system. But then, as I said, fish comes along, shakes his head or gets hooked, shakes. That just then turns into a free running system.
And then you've got a buffer bead there as well.
Yeah, so the buffer bead that you saw me insert into the actual system itself, once that's released, then that acts as a safety buffer bead as well.
Right, so you're not going directly against a swivel or anything like that?
No, so you've always got, it's never going to sort of come down onto the swivel. It's always going to sit there and act as a buffer bead.
So just to clarify, the actual plus and minus system, the way of setting that is just by changing the angle
of the swivel. Just the rotation of the swivel, yeah. You'll see on there is a plus and a minus, and you angle your swivel to fit it in there properly, you know. And funnily enough, this was never meant to be, but when I'm not using it, you can use the middle channel there as just like a storage setting as well. So you can, when you're just traveling around, you're not using the system, so as to not expand it all the time, you can just run it through the middle system there, and that's just like almost like a travel storage, you know. But that, for me, has been
cool. I
brilliant.
Like it.
It's a really clever system, that, you know. And then, again, we've got another system, like a normal lead clip, but weight clip for us. So
that must be a hard thing to get used to because you're not doing lead.
Yeah, so every time you said lead, you had to put a pound in it. I nearly went bankrupt. But,
I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm so fluent with it now, saying weight. So we have done a weight clip as well.
Yep.
Now, the weight clip, as you can see, you actually attach your line lead core, lead free, because all of our systems are suitable for naked, lead free, lead core, or tubing.
Okay.
All right. But with this, you actually tie the knot internally, or you can splice to it. And then, as I showed you earlier, you follow the guideline in there, and that then puts your leader line internally flush within the system. And just to get that swivel embedded into that clip took a long time as well.
I can imagine.
You know, it was a tough thing to do. There's two available in the range. You've got the flexi ring or you have the quick change.
Okay, that's cool.
But the clever part again comes into the tail rubbers. So they're both sold separately. The weight clips, whether it be quick change or flexi ring, are sold separately, and you get 6 in a pack, as you do with the one ring system there as well. Okay, and you get 6 in a pack of each. But the tail rubbers are sold separately because you get a plus and a minus.
Okay.
So again, the plus is great for 3 ounces and above, and minus 3 ounces and below. That's all to dictate whether you lose your weight or not. And again, the other handy thing I found about these weight clips is some of the other companies' ones, which are great, don't get me wrong, but often if you cast that little mesh bag, the weight comes off. So I fix weight all the time. So tuned into me. Or you lose the lead. You can set this up to not do that, but in the event that a fish does become snagged or is trailing line, that you can assure that that weight will come off. It is going to be totally safe. So yeah, you've got 2 in the system. You've got the quick change and the flexi swivel. And again, you've got your plus and minus tail rubbers. And the tail rubbers, again, we played around for a long time to get the textures right. You wouldn't believe the amount of these tail rubbers we went through to get the exact right tolerance on them, you know. So it's been very well thought through and tested as well. We've got some really good anglers on our team. And again, you know, they've all said that for them, it's put an edge on their fishing, you know. So yeah, so they're the weight clip styles that we do. Again, they're in the shops now. The weight clip run ring system, again, you get 6 in the pack there, and they're $5.99 for a pack of 6. The weight clips, whether it be quick change or flexi, they're basically there for a pack, it's £4.15. And the tail rubbers are $2.99. And again, they're all separate.
In line with everything else out
Absolutely,
there.
Absolutely, yeah. The one thing we've done with all of our stuff, all of our kit, is we didn't want to be overpriced. You know, some people call it carp tax or whatnot. You know, we literally have got this down to compare with everybody else but what we feel is we're giving a little bit more value for money, or a little bit more variation in the way they fish for something that's a similar price to everybody else's. You know?
And it doesn't seem gimmicky either. There's obviously a lot of products on the market that are a bit like, oh, really?
Oh, there was...
This is kind of what's already out there, but...
tweaked.
Evolved.
It's
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, no, but it is. That's where we always say, you know, we're saying this is where it's evolved to this, you know. But yeah, it's like I say, look, there's some great stuff out there, don't get me wrong, but everything we've done, be it similar to what's out there, has all been CAD designed from the very beginning. And so another ethos with us is it's not the same stuff in different packaging. It's something that we won't do. And the other side of this would never do that, you know, unless it works correctly and it's spot on, we won't release it.
Nice. Well, it's exciting times ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so,
thanks for talking us through this one. Right. And if you guys want to see more, obviously wait around or stick around and have
wait. You said wait then. Wait. You got it.
Wait around. Led around. Wait around. Look out for some more of these videos, because there will be quite a few of these coming up with all the different parts that you guys are bringing out. So
look forward to showing everyone as well.
Yeah.
You know? And I hope that money spider works as well.
I've had a couple now.
I found a penny, so
exactly.
You never know.
All right. 40's all round.